Carlos Day. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Here you go, Trey.
I got a lot.
Gotta go all the way around the room with these lighters.
All these cigars, no lighters.
Yo, breaking etiquette, ain't
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Y'all running around here like them all.
Oh shit!
No, we ain't running around here like
With
that.
your big lighters.
With that big lighter.
Oh man, we back at it, man. We back at it. Something to Smoke 2 podcast. I've been waiting all week, about 2 weeks for this shit, man. Glad to see my brothers, man. My brother Steve been out of town, man. Smoke been out of town. Everybody been gone, but we back. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We're getting in on a Sunday. Y'all know how we started off, man. What you smoking, what you drinking. Smokey, what's up, man?
Nothing too much, man. Smoking on a Toro Fuente. Hemingway.
Hemingway?
Yes, sir. Hemingway. What my rappers is? Y'all go tell me.
Cameroon.
Cameroon rappers.
Cameroon rapper.
Yes, sir.
Dominican
fillers.
Yeah.
Hey. The smoke.
Yeah.
I already know that. For my infused people, I have not fell off. I'll be back when the new one next time.
But earlier episodes you said that was your palate breaker. So, what you drinking, man?
I'm drinking with some bamboo. I don't never need help with that one, baby.
What kind of rapper are
He
you?
hadn't switched up yet.
What kind of rapper you got on that bamboo?
I want y'all to know he hadn't switched up yet.
Switch it up from that right there.
Rum fella.
Thank you, Lil Wayne. Thank you, Rick Ross.
Ricky Ross,
keep on bringing it through, baby.
Something to Smoke 2 podcast. We want to keep it moving, man. Steve-O, what you smoking, what you drinking, bro?
All right, so I'm smoking a Don Carlos Robusto.
Yes, sir.
Cameroon rapper,
Yes,
Dominican
sir.
filler.
It's a
Yes,
Fuente
sir.
day.
And I got me some Crown Peach and Red Bull.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about,
Yes,
man.
something fruity for a Sunday.
Oh, man. Eddie, we got my brother Eddie in the building, man. What's going on, brother? What you
Hanging
smoking,
in
what
there,
you drinking, man?
Smoking that Arturo Fuente Hemingway, Maduro,
Another Hemingway.
with Cameroon wrapper and Dominican filler.
Man,
Yes,
that's what I'm
sir.
talking
Yes,
about.
sir.
Over there rolling ours.
Sipping on that
Yeah.
Cameroon.
We did not plan all this. Fuente came in the room today, so I want y'all to know that. Trav, what's up, brother?
Grab on the board.
What's going on, man?
What you smoking, what you drinking?
Smoking the same thing as Steve. Don Carlos Robusto. Got it paired up with some ABK6, a BSOP.
Yeah.
Solely sold by Total Wines.
That's a cognac?
Definitely a cognac. Want to shout out Bobby Calhoun for recommending it. Large brother, man. He always got some good going on. So it's tasting pretty good, man. Smooth.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. I tasted it the other day, man. It's a really good cognac, man. If y'all run across it at Total Wine. I am smoking the Don Carlos Aniversario 2018. This is the anniversary edition of the Don Carlos Dominican fillers with an Opus wrapper. It's the only Don Carlos with an Opus wrapper on it, Opus X. It's well, y'all know this is one of my top 5. It's an amazing cigar. And I'm drinking cognac. I'm back on my cognac kick. I'm drinking Hein Rare right now, man. Loving it. I forgot to ask the room, man, how your week been? Smoking, how your week been, brother?
Busy as usual, bro. Got 2 kids in 2 different sports. Got 1 kid on 2 basketball teams.
Yeah. So you got 3 jobs.
Yeah. So I've been running. Sleep has not been the thing I have gotten this week.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, man, it'll all be worth it in the end, man.
Yeah, I hope so. Somebody need to retire, daddy.
I don't know, man.
right.
These days is retire mama.
They get to spending their own money and say, well, he in a nursing home, you know.
No, hell with that.
They changing it. They changing his diaper. They bathe him, you know.
I'll haunt them motherfuckers in their sleep.
They feed him good in the nursing home.
I shoot the pistol from the nursing home.
Oh shit!
You better not leave me with nobody else.
Oh my God, Steve-O, how your week been, bro? I know you been out of town, but how your week been?
Yeah, it was a long week out of town traveling up to the Maryland area. Left the warm weather of Atlanta at the time to the cold weather of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then to come back to the cold weather of Atlanta, that just was a raw deal. Walk out of the sun and come back, go into the cold and come back into the cold. And now it's raining all day long today.
Yeah, it's a nasty day out there, but luckily we inside today.
Yes, indeed.
Edward, I called you by your goddamn whole name.
Government.
Eduardo. How your week been, man?
Been good, man. Living that retired life, man. It's hard putting in them 12 hours of TV watching, though, man. It's like a job, man. Trying to keep up with these shows, man.
Did you say the retired life? It's hard watching all the TV shows.
Yeah, you gotta put in 12 hours a day.
God,
Man.
That's a whole lot of housewives. That's a whole lot of housewives.
Housewives. I know you.
You know he watch Housewives.
Hey, speaking about housewives, did y'all catch the last?
No.
Oh, man, we watch no damn Housewives right here, bro.
You tell me I
Somebody
need to catch
feet.
Oh shit. Trail, what up, man? How your week been?
Man, same. Busy, running behind them kids, man. Trying to get some extra work. Picked up a VA contract.
Yeah.
Wife trying to work that one out, and I had to drive down to Savannah.
That sound like more work. Every time I ask you, you got more work.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have, but man, ain't enough time in the day.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Hey, man. Well, myself, man, I've had a good week, man. It was my son's birthday week, man. He's celebrating 15 years old. We had a good time. I spent a lot of money on him. I probably won't get to recoup it, you know, because he probably not going to take care of me when I get old. He going to remember the shit I said to him. He was like, nah, he got himself.
You ain't on the retirement plan.
Nah, I'm just playing. I know he gonna look out for me. Son to Smoke 2 podcast.
That daughter
man.
gonna look out for you.
Oh yeah, she gonna cuss him out, bite me. I know I got my daughter. Son to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We had a great week, man. I'm glad to be back. But my brother next to me, he finally did something that he hadn't did in 9 years. Like, it's been a long time. Smokey, tell the people what you did, man.
Man, I went and bought a car. I know that y'all buy cars on the regular.
Finally got off that money.
No.
Man, hold up, man. So my thing is, we like to hold on to our bread, stack it up around these bars, bro. I never been the one to want to be seen with material things, but
Yeah.
this time we decided we'll jump all the way out the window.
Yeah.
and go get what we think we want.
We're not gonna discuss what you got, but you jumped out the window.
You can't possibly think. You have to know that's what you want. You could not have thought that's what you
Hey,
want.
when you sitting there with the salesman with your hand on your head, like, am I really gonna do this?
Did it get hot?
Well, you
I
did
love her this much.
Hey man, shout out to Jazz, man. This is a testimony. He do love you this much.
I do love you that much.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Jasmine work hard too. We do it all together, baby.
Hey man, but I gotta ask you, brother. But why 9 years? Bro? Why
Man.
Why 9 years?
Because if it ain't broke, what you fixing it for?
But Eddie, is it broke?
Mine wasn't broke. Y'all ragged the hell out of me.
Just because I'm missing some paint don't mean it's broke.
That's what I'm getting to.
That will ride
He
with
missing a
no
lot of
paint.
paint. He missing a lot of paint.
It's okay.
Ain't a little bit of paint.
I don't care what you see me as, baby. I'm coming though.
It's still running. It's still running.
I thought his
still
truck was
running.
white at one time.
Watch
just
out,
thought it was
goddamn
two-tone.
it.
Ashy white.
Yeah, I thought it was two-tone.
Hey, it's okay, man. Hey, the country boy, we like rolling through the dirt too much.
Oh,
We ain't even got no dirt right here.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to drive the Armada in the dirt.
It's okay, man. It's off road and on road wheel.
Apparently, I don't believe in wax either.
Watch your mouth. We get too many details.
Hey, well, congratulations,
I didn't
man.
open up Pandora's box.
But you don't mind
all the way
jumping off
through.
in it.
We didn't go all the way through yet, Steve. But you know, congratulations, brother. Congratulations, Smoking Man. I'm proud of y'all, man.
Oh yeah, man.
You only live once, man. You only live once.
Saying you can't be buried with your money?
Nah, man. It ain't going in the casket with you.
Hey,
You know,
take it
talking
with you,
about
man.
dead with your money. I pulled out some money the other day. I was looking at the serial numbers 124.
Oh my God. I believe that.
How old are you? 124. Is that? Did it disintegrate in your hand?
He
Right.
buried his money with El Chapo stuff.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me put mine up in here with you.
Yes, sir.
See if it collects
Yes,
mentions.
sir.
He said 124
124.
on the dollar. Woo, damn. Was it the old dollar with the different looking shit?
Hey, that matches his social security number.
Yeah.
What's your social security number?
124. It was me and George Washington. We was over this motherfucker.
More like Adam.
Hey man, it is y'all laughing too hard about this bullshit. I don't like that shit. Hold on.
That George Washington was his descendants.
Oh hell.
Who you think Moses parted that Red Sea for?
Hey, you told Moses to get out of the way.
Before this water drowns us.
Yeah, every time you hear Eddie talking about, man, that bitch Eve, she nothing but trouble.
Not Genesis.
He said, I'm not talking about no Rough Rider neither.
Talking about 0 BC. Damn.
Oh my God.
Man, Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. Hey, we got Eddie in the building, man. Y'all know how it's gonna go down, man. My favorite Puerto Rican. It's been a hell of a week, man. Sports.
burning
Why
up.
in the hell? All right, you get cold now.
I'll be all right.
You want me to turn the heat off?
Yeah.
Sports has been crazy, man. But one person that is showing that he missing a couple of rocks is my guy, Ja Morant. What's going on, Ja, man? He Instagram thugging out here, putting pistols on goddamn Instagram. He got incidents with his boys, pointing red beams at referees. He getting into it with Shannon Sharp. He's had a hell of a month, man. What y'all think about Ja Morant, man, putting the gun on Instagram like that? And he got suspended from the shit. I think he got about 3 more games before he come back.
The toughest thing is, man,
Yeah.
I can't call it. Hey, so is that not the same as anybody that shoot guns on the regular and hunt and all that stuff? But I understand.
No, it's not the same.
Okay, I understand. He a celebrity,
Yep.
and the scrutiny gonna come with being a celebrity.
Yeah.
So, man, it's always a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Man, Ja Morant, we can't do stuff like this because we're always being watched. And we all know that. We want to have our own freedom of speech and do our own thing, but sometimes, hey man, when you out there in that limelight, you got to expect the trouble that's gonna come with it.
I mean, I just don't want the man to mess up the bag like that.
Yeah,
you
me
just got
either,
a $200 million contract. You had endorsements by Powerade. Now they suspending those ads. Like now you suspended from the league. Now the league got to investigate. Like you got a lot of trouble for nothing, man. Cause like Shaq said, bro, you're not a rapper. You're not a rapper. You're a ball player, man. Steve-O, what's on your mind, man?
Kind of on the line with Smoke here a little bit. That stuff to me is media driven. If you don't put it in the limelight, who cares, man? The dude had was it in his waistband that he showed the gun and lifted up, or he pulled it out? I think it was in
Against his
waistband.
face or something like that.
Yeah, he just posted it. He wasn't shooting nobody or no shit like
is
that.
he being profiled because he shows his diamond teeth with a pistol and he got some damn got his hair twisted up?
A little
Is that
bit,
why
yeah.
he's being profiled? 'Cause
pretty much.
Like Smoke said, if it was JJ Redick out there with a rifle and a deer, would we be talking about that shit?
Right.
So I mean, obviously you got professional etiquette. There's things that people interpret on there, and maybe that's what you're trying to represent because you're young and stupid. I don't know. But at the end of the day, so much of that is media driven because they want you to portray a certain image. He could have been a dude that just owns a gun and likes to shoot a gun.
I will say they asked the strip club owner. He was in the strip club, Colorado strip club, and they asked the strip club owner about him. They said, he came in actually 2 nights in a row. And I guess the second night he ordered about $50,000, and I mean he blowed a bag. They got pictures online where he threw some money. he took care of the dancers or whatever, but the dancers was kind of scared by the fact that they knew he had a gun. And then, you know, when him turning around posting it, I think he just probably got caught up flexing a little too hard and got caught in the moment, you know, being a young guy. And the owner said he's the nicest guy you could ever want to meet. He was real kind to us. He spent money. He didn't disrespect the strippers or nothing. I mean,
did he have the gun legally?
Yeah, I believe it's his gun. I'm not sure.
Go to back. What we talking about?
What are we talking about? I mean, I'm sitting over here like, where's the problem?
Well, the problem is he put it online, and he represents the league. That's where the argument come in.
I mean, was he at work? No. Did he own the gun? Was it legally purchased? Yeah. Did he point it at somebody and shoot him? No.
Nah.
What are we talking about?
Somebody? No.
What are we talking about?
He just wanted to show his pistol. He just lifted his damn shirt.
It's just another example of people just overdoing this media hype thing. They get a little small snippet of something. Now it's front page news because they ain't got nothing else to talk
exactly.
about.
Right.
News cycle 24 hours. You got to fill it with something, and you just sit there and you'll take the smallest incident, man, and you'll take it and turn it into a nuclear fucking disaster.
I mean, was he like Michael Irvin, you know, inappropriately touching? No. Like,
Hold on, why you gotta go on the Cowboys?
Alright.
That's not part of today's
He
subject.
just U-turned to the Cowboy. It's not even football season. That was just cold-blooded.
Oh shit!
Steve don't know what to say.
I thought we was friends. That bullshit.
Eddie, what you thinking, man? What you thinking? What you think about this situation?
He's a young man with a lot of money, like most young men with money. You know, they like to flex, but at the same time, people looking at him as a role model. Kids looking at him as a role model.
Right.
Number one, you would have never got into that strip club with a gun. Number two, if you had made it in there, they would have called the cops and you'd have been in jail. They're hitting him on another level, depending on what they would have done to us, because we would have been in jail. But we probably never got in there with a gun, period.
But averagely in strip clubs, celebrities come in with their own security, and sometimes they're known to actually have weapons on them because of their status.
Well, because, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, if you're a frequent goer of that club and you have a relationship with them, a lot of things are allowed.
And if the strip club has a rule against no weapons in there, it still doesn't get you arrested. They just tell you to leave because you're not illegally possessing a firearm.
Right.
An establishment has the right to post a sign, no weapons allowed.
Right.
And if they find you in there with it, they have the right to remove you. But you did not commit a crime.
No.
You just on somebody's property with something they don't want you to have. And they didn't press charges, did they?
No,
they didn't.
So once again,
they're not pressing
what are we
charges.
talking about?
Right now, it's at the status where the league is investigating, and you know they all about face, man. So,
Well, they all about control.
My thing is, what are they going to
And-
investigate?
and
He had a
the thing-
gun. We know that.
Yeah.
And
He
the
didn't
thing
hurt
is-
nobody. He
know
didn't
that, yep.
commit no illegal crime. There are no charges. What did he
And
investigate?
the thing is, once they get a little dirt on you, they try to hold it over your head like the halo. That's all it is. They
But you
just
can't
want
well,
to.
they
make
definitely
dirt.
gonna hold it over his
They're
head.
gonna hold over his head so they can control him.
It's gonna be something they talk about for the rest of his career, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and hopefully he get out of this little trouble, man. Grow up a little bit and understand you represent the league. I don't want you to get in trouble, man. I really want him to get that bag, man. Keep the money coming in. Keep taking care of your family, man. Because I really like him as a player.
Yeah, and that's what he has to deal with is if his sponsors don't want to endorse him no more because that goes against their ethics. You know, hey, we don't want to be represented by
Associated
something
with it.
like that. Then that's a choice you make. Like, all right, they don't like it, so if I'm gonna sit there and show off my weapon, but at the end of the day, are we not profiling this dude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%.
All
100%.
day.
He's all the way profile.
And then
right?
you know we talk about his $200 contract, but
$200 million.
or $200
He
million.
said $200.
Flashing a pistol too. It was $200. Get my shit back, stripper.
He is not dribbling a ball for
But
$200.
We're talking about his contract, but I mean, some of these people who you giving this $200 or $200 million to, you know, they don't have these etiquettes and standards that everybody have. You just this kid is out of school 1-2 years, and you just gave him $200 million. He don't have the ethics, you know, the morals that you have as a 40-30-year-old man. Like, what you expect? You giving these kids billions or millions of dollars and expect them to just overnight become this what you call it, a role model. Like, come on, man, he's the same guy that picked
That's the
up
bullshit they
basketball.
put on him.
Yeah,
They put the bullshit on him, telling me, "Oh, you're a role model. You're a role model." But
And the
it
same
ain't-
people poking typically ain't shit either.
Yeah.
They got their own
Yeah.
Hey, y'all remember that text I sent out not too long ago? They said NBA or NFL, domestic abuse, violent, drug charges, DWI, this, da, 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 da. Nah, this is 100 and some members of Congress that we're talking about over here. Like, we ain't talking about the NBA and the NFL, so you're so quick to judge people on something, but you profile the dude for what? He had a pistol on him.
Yeah.
Any one of us on any given day can show a pistol.
You're damn
On
right.
any given day can show
I
a
can
pistol.
show a lot.
And let's not even talk about Georgia, cause we open carry. If you ready.
Oh,
We are in an
Oh,
open carry
okay.
state, man. You know, 2A all day,
show him
man.
your pistol smoke.
I don't like to show mine. I want it to be a surprise.
Hey, speaking of 2A, man, Sean Kemp, another basketball player, man. These basketball players wildin', man. They showing
Man,
y'all
don't
what
do
it
that,
is.
Chris.
Man. Sean Kemp, brother. Sean Kemp got arrested this week by basically shooting at some guys that I believe they stole his cell phone and some other things out of his car. Basically what happened, Kemp actually tracked his phone to a car that was parked near Tacoma, Washington, in a shopping center on Wednesday. And when he approached the vehicle, the individual shot at him. So he shot back. But originally Sean Kemp got arrested for it, but they let him go.
Drive-by shooting on foot.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
It sounded like it was some
They
bullshit.
called it a drive-by shooting.
And you wouldn't even be talking about it if it was the
Clickbait.
dudes in the car. But because it's Sean Kemp is the reason it's a conversation. And now why he the one that's arrested.
Now, on
And we
top
ain't
of
even
that,
talked about the dudes that's in the car that
I
shot
mean,
at him.
but bigger
What
than
their
that-
name is? What's
bigger
going
than
on
that,
with them?
They aren't blowing it up as much now that he's been released from jail and all charges dropped. You don't hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
You done dirtied this man's name or talk about he.
With no facts.
And
Literally.
then the thing is, why would you post drive-by shooting on there? Why would you say that?
Well, I'm glad you
Clickbait,
asked
man.
that. I can ask the former law enforcement in the building. Eddie, what you think, man? You former law enforcement, what you think? Was it a drive-by shooting if he got out and shot at the dude?
Oh no, that wasn't a drive-by. But at the same time,
Sound good.
if you're right, why do you go dump your gun in the bushes before the cops get there? I mean, if I'm right,
Well, I would argue.
Who did that?
he did. He
did
threw,
that
threw
out.
it in the bushes. After he shot him, he threw it in the bushes and started to take off. And then he came back.
Hey, let me
Who
tell
said
you.
that?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's what he did.
That's why happened.
You can
I
still
saw
be-
the video. He didn't.
Yes, he
don't know.
did.
No,
Yes, he
they
did.
showed pictures of
The cops went and found the
getting out
gun.
of
They
bush.
searched in the bushes because the lady told them that was recording. Said he dropped something.
Well, let me-
Hey, it
found
doesn't
the
mean
gun.
you don't get scared afterwards. It don't mean
That's-
you
Oh,
shoot,
thank
but
you.
get
okay. I
scared.
get what
This is
you're
what I'm
saying.
finna tell you, Eddie. As a black man, you know the police coming. You know you got a gun that you just fired.
No matter who
His
you are.
instinct was to throw it in the bushes because when they get here and they see me with a gun, I may be shot, and I'm the one goddamn been wronged. I'm trying to defend myself. So I believe that's why he threw it in the bushes. I know that if I was out there, I'd probably be thinking, man, let me throw this gun to the side because they get here and see me with it. They probably gonna shoot me just because they see me with it.
But how they come up with a drive-by, I have no idea. You
Yeah,
know, you got to be in a car
I don't know,
rolling
brother.
and shooting at somebody. You're just not standing.
That was damn sure the vision I had in my head. I was like, why would Sean Kemp at 50-something years old be doing a drive-by?
Drive-by. Man standing clearly in
It's a
front
young
of him.
man's game.
It sounded like it was a walk by. He didn't
Walk
have
up.
Now walk up.
he didn't have any crutches or
And a
anything.
return
So
fire, not an initiate fire, a
Right.
return fire.
But you looking at putting your life out there for a cell phone.
Now I would say that he kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And once he tracked it, I probably would have just called the police and let them
Yeah.
deal with it because you're on a higher status to be going out there trying to, go get and reclaim your own
Sometimes
stuff.
you
Man.
make some bad emotional decisions, right?
Yeah.
And then, even at 50 years old, when you got somebody robbed you, you in the heat of the moment, you don't have time to think about it. You make dumb decisions. But at the end of the day, it doesn't sound like he squeezed the trigger first.
nah, he didn't. They shot at him first.
Once again,
So it was
what we
clearly
talking about?
self-defense.
That's what we talking about.
Literally.
Hey man.
I didn't see them other cats' faces on the news.
No,
did.
no, they not.
You won't, because they ain't important.
They ain't important. Something to Smoke 2 podcast, man. We're having us a good time. We just kicking it off. Moving along, man. My man Chris Rock, another person that want to bust back. he decided to bust back at the Smiths with the Netflix comedy special he had. I got to know what y'all think about that, man. Chris Rock, basically called Jada a bitch, and then he turned around and said Will on some bitch ass shit, and he said a lot of shit in his special, man. What y'all think about that? I'm gonna start with Eddie on this one, man. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I watched it twice. It was great, and I think he hit it right on the head. Every topic he talked about, especially at the end when he got on Jada and Will, he told the truth, man. Yeah. He got slapped over that bitch's nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I mean, it's a God's honest truth, man.
Bleep.
And you know yourself,
what is the fact?
Will would have never done nothing if she hadn't have got him up there to do something. Because she was laughing at the joke, and all of a sudden she whispers to him, and he goes up there.
Hey, man, well, he had to slap across the world, man. What you think about that, Steve-O?
I'm going to have to agree with Eddie on that. She deserved that L that she took.
Yes, she did.
In that. I'm not a big Chris Rock fan in his comedy. I thought the show was okay in there. Me and my wife actually watched it today, so some parts of that was funny. But when he got to that last hurrah, I mean, he let it out there. He was just talking about, goddamn, Will played Muhammad Ali. You know how big that dude is? He would come up on somebody who asked he could whoop and slap him. If he can't do it to nobody else. But then he went into that bitch step. He called Will a bitch way more than he did Jada. I think he called her 2, maybe 3 times he called her a bitch. But
she got 3 bitches throwed up.
She did. Will had about 15 of them that was in there. That was the punchline of the whole joke. But she deserved that L. I mean, she instigated the whole thing, and Will, their whole marriage is public and all the things they went through. So that's a lot of stress for somebody to go under when you know the circumstances of what they're going through already. And Chris Rock didn't say anything about anything like that. He said that's some shit he never would have touched. But now, it's a little bit different. He went ham and let it all out. He said he never would have said nothing, those things. So the little G.I. Jane comment, I mean, I didn't know she had any
I didn't know she had alopecia.
I thought he just was because she had a bald head. She looked good with a bald head. I mean, it ain't like she
she don't have no water head or nothing like that. She got a decent head.
But they were.
She got a pretty head.
She got a pretty head.
Just like Eddie said, they was both laughing, and then he made that comment, and you could see it in her face that one struck a nerve with her a little bit. And unfortunately, in the comedy world, you're not always gonna make people happy when you're talking about them. You're gonna strike a nerve. It's just a joke, man. It's unfortunate, but then I think all the pressures of everything that's going on in life took a toll on Will, and he just got up and just lost his damn mind with what he did.
Well, basically what Chris said, the reason why he did that is because she was in an entanglement with August Alsina. She was getting that back blown out by August, so Will kind of got mad at that,
He's a little bit petty, ain't he? Chris said it. Chris said it in
the shade room, man.
Chris said it a little more explicit.
Right.
He said, who has an affair and then interviews their husband about the damn affair, talking about how'd you feel about me sucking your son's friend's dick?
Shit.
I was like, well,
What?
What can you say to that? You earned that L.
But didn't they have an open marriage? Didn't they have an open marriage?
Yeah, but it wasn't that
who
open.
knows? I ain't in the marriage.
I don't know if it's
I don't
open
know
or
if
not.
it's open.
But even in open marriage, there's got to be a line. And your son's friends got to be it. There's literally got to be a line somewhere. It's like, oh man, that's
I mean,
crazy.
no matter where we split up at, if my wife go down with my son's friend, it's gonna be fucking trouble.
Especially
And then you know about it.
And I ain't coming at no mail.
Oh man,
the problem is there at the house.
Oh yeah.
And my thing is, bruh, for Chris Rock to even come out talk about it, you already know that's more fuel for the comedian.
But I got to know why Will did an interview about it though. Like, why did you want to sit down and talk about that shit?
Probably thought they could
live
work it
on
out
camera.
by talking about
I
it.
think it sounded good. I think it sounded good when they were alone, but once he got in front of that camera, sitting at that table,
his face
he
looked
got
like
the
he was
meme
lost.
of what, man, what did I just do?
His face looked lost when he
Oh,
did that
it
interview.
was, Chris Rock, he took it from a strategic standpoint. He said nothing for a year. capitalized off of that. Because I bet you he's making a lot of money
Oh,
off that.
yeah.
I bet you he wouldn't even have that
serious.
Netflix
He
show
got- I'm
if it
telling
wasn't
you.
for that event.
Yeah, that's right.
He getting a
I mean,
serious bag off that one.
He
After the
strategized
whole
his
incident,
ass
all
off,
the
yeah.
shows sold out.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
I
This is
wouldn't
my
be
point.
surprised if him and Will ain't split it down the middle.
Yeah.
No,
Like you did Jada.
nah, Will ain't getting none of that. Actually, Will came out and made a statement saying that he was sad and offended by Chris's special and the things
He
he
actually
said.
said that?
Yeah. It's a
Silence
statement
would've been-
from the Smiths.
Yeah, I
You
would've-
know,
if I was him, I just would have sent an emoji like, fuck it, I deserve it.
I mean, but I'm sure Chris was sad and offended when he got slapped.
Right. For the rest of his life.
And he gonna be sad for the rest of his life about
The
that
rest of
slap.
his life.
The world seen
Hey,
that.
you
No,
remember?
because he came out the hero in that whole deal.
He did.
It's not like
Yeah,
he
he
fought
did.
Will back and got his ass whooped on stage. He took that like a champ.
But he said his face is still tingling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Summertime.
I mean, but keep it real, man. Everybody knew that moment was coming for where he actually speaks out on it. So you knew it was coming. So why are you disappointed? You knew
Yeah,
it was coming.
man.
Just gonna
Yeah.
take
The
the
fact that he
L.
say he's hurt, disappointed,
Yeah.
dude, you should have just said
It's part
I
of the
deserve it.
game.
No
Actually,
matter what Chris
I
said,
think-
he could have said,
I think.
what can I say?
I think he would have came out better if he would have just said, "I disagree with it, but I can understand where he come from," and just left it at that. That'll look like you giving a little bit of submission to it, but you kind of letting it pass on. Like you don't have a
Yeah.
problem with it. You just letting him do him.
I still have to ask the question, man. Why Will didn't slap August? Like that's
He's a
where
real
that's
nigga.
where your beef at.
It's a
He
total
wanted to
different
mess up
ball game.
his friendship with his son.
Yeah, but
He was
damn,
August
man.
and his son was still friends.
But the things that August did to her, man, like
In his house.
in your house, right?
You know he wasn't gonna
You up here recording emancipation and he up there. You getting beat on camera and she getting beat in the room. Oh my god!
Hey man, it help him play the role better.
You passed
I'm just trying to understand.
That's Peter. for you.
Why you didn't slap?
Peter.
Why you didn't slap August? Why he want
They
to?
weren't there. Chris was
Yeah.
right there in front of his face, so he thought he'd go ahead and do it.
Well, he
didn't
can't-
go track the other ones down.
He can't go back and slap Tupac. You know he did the same thing.
Oh man, that before him though.
Hey man, y'all know she's still in love with Pac, man. Come on, man.
Go to Kingdom
That
Fire.
dead, man. That man dead.
It don't matter. She's
How
still
long
write.
will you mourn me?
She still write books about the man.
Man, Pac is in Costa Rica
hey,
right
man.
now.
No, he's in Cuba, man. They just took pictures of him.
Hey,
in
tell
Cuba.
her
He in Costa Rica right now.
we going to see
Go
Pac
get to
next
see him.
month.
And my thing is, man, if my old lady tell me she still loves somebody, I don't know how I'm taking that as a man.
But that's all we'll have
I mean,
to take.
Gotta let it go, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you married her.
Hey,
Hey, man.
shit, I wouldn't have married her knowing all that shit. Shit, I would be like, no, we can't do this.
Hey, man. Chris is getting a hell of a bag off of this one, man. Moving along, man. Son of Smoke 2 podcast. Even though he said a lot more in that special, if y'all hadn't watched it, man, make sure you watch it. It's hilarious to some, and some will be outraged. I guess it's what he called it, selective outrage.
Yes,
Right
sir.
there on Netflix. That's the free ad for our followers. Make sure you watch it, man. Son of Smoke 2 podcast. Moving along. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. Well, to somebody else that's kind of crazy. Tyrese. My guy Tyrese says he
Look this one up. I ain't even make it this far down the list.
he says that some of the stuff that he did about a year ago during the years of COVID or whatever was due to psychedelic drugs that he was prescribed, saying that explains his irrational behavior. So if y'all remember when he said that Will Smith was supposed to give him $5 million to pay for his debt, and then when he was online talking about what more do you want from me and all that, man. Like, yo, what I want to know leading from that, because you know he had a lot of irrational behavior over those years, what's the worst thing you have done when you have been drunk or high, when you have been just fucked up? What's the worst thing you remember doing? The room got quiet as
Shit.
they don't want to talk about it, man.
Hell no.
I'm gonna start with
You know
Eddie,
what?
man.
I
Eddie.
said it. What the hell?
Eddie.
Everybody thinking like, should I say something or should I not?
Yes. I mean, we together have spent Fridays and Wednesdays together for a while, and we've done some crazy shit when we've been inebriated. We hadn't done, what Tyrese did. We didn't say people owe us $5
jump in a
million.
cold pool. That's about it. That's about the craziest we get.
But it's some things that people have done while they've been drunk. So Eddie, if you can recall, what's some of those things you've done, man?
I think the worst thing I'd done while I was drunk, probably jump on somebody and got my ass whooped.
So you fought somebody.
I knew I had him. I knew
while
I had him.
drunk.
I'm gonna beat his ass, man. He beat the brakes off my ass at a club. I walked out there with my tail between my legs like Pookie.
Damn,
shit.
that back in the brothel days when you ride horses.
Got on my horse and home.
Oh, shit.
So you got your ass whooped in the car. What kind of shoes you had on? Yeah. Did you have on them police shoes?
No, I had my Jesus sandals back then.
In the club?
Motherfucker had a penny loafers on in the club. His penny was shiny as hell.
He got beat
He
up.
put a nickel in it.
Shit. Now, if y'all don't know Eddie, man, but he's a pretty strong dude. He's the only 80-year-old dude that I know that works out every day at 4:30 in the morning. He is not supposed to get beat up in the club, but you was drunk though.
I was tore up drunk, man.
Shit.
I was seeing 3 of the dude.
Yeah.
Cause I went to kick him between his legs one time and I missed the whole dude. He was standing over here. You think I'm lying, man? I got up and I went to kick him and I whoop. Oh, he's over here.
He saw 3 of them. He just swinging. Oh shit. Steve-O, you got anything, bro?
Man, honestly, I ain't got
Anything you want to say?
I don't have no real story about being fucked up and doing some shit that I regret. I mean, I've been fucked up, threw up all over the place, passed out on fire escapes, and woke up in strange places. I've done all that, but as far as like some crazy fucking story,
What's the strangest place you woke up in?
fire escape.
What?
This is when I was probably 20 years old. I was in Korea. When you thought you was immortal, that liquor wasn't gonna affect you, and somebody handed me a 5th of Seagram's gin, and I turned it up, and when I pulled it back down, half the bottle was gone. So I did half a bottle in one pull.
Seagram's. I don't even never see you with no Seagram's no more.
That is the reason why.
Oh,
shit. No Seagram's. Oh, you know what? Let me back it up a little bit more. Now that I think about it, I got a story. I was in high school.
You got to jog the memory.
Yeah, I did. This is a Mad Dog 2020 story.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. So I'm probably 17 years old, senior in high school. Skip school that day, catch the bus to school, skip school. A bunch of us go get fucked up, grabbing a bunch of Mad Dog. And when I tell you I was fucked up, I was fucked up. Got on the bus coming back home, got into it with some people on the bus. And this was when I was a dependent in Germany. So we headed home, and me and this dude get into it, and I pull out my goddamn can of mace. And motherfucking pointed at the bus driver and told that motherfucker to pull the bus over because this dude's getting off the fucking bus. And the bus driver looked at what I was telling the bus driver to pull the fuck over. He was like, no. So I had the mace pointed at the dude I was arguing with, and I pointed at the bus driver. He pulled the motherfucker over. Told the dudes to get the fuck off the bus on the Autobahn. On the Autobahn. Get the fuck off.
Wait a minute, traffic is going vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh yeah. So he got off the bus, got dropped off in the neighborhood. I don't know how the fuck that didn't turn on me one day, but I don't ever remember no repercussions from that. I remember fucking getting off the bus, walking, going to my house, passing my damn parents, going upstairs and fucking throwing in my guts. No, I threw up actually as soon as I got off the bus. Went in the damn house, went upstairs, went to sleep. Never heard about it again. I don't know if the bus driver was so goddamn scared that he didn't report that shit. And the other dude, he lived in my neighborhood. He lived one street over.
Did he talk to you after that?
I don't remember talking to him no more after that. But he was way bigger than me, man. He was on the football team. He was probably about 6'4". I was probably 5'7", 115, 120, but my mace was 240. My mace weighed 240 pounds. That made up for what I couldn't. That dude would have whooped my ass. I was like, I'm not gonna be like Eddie. This motherfucker. Now he was big. We used to play football in the backyards back in the day, and I was just like, when you look way up at somebody, or when you standing up to them and you looking at their nipples, motherfucker tall. And so, and I was only 120 pounds. My mouth was 240.
Yeah.
In case y'all didn't know, I used to talk a lot of shit.
Oh shit, yeah, like we
No, not you.
Before I humbled
finding
myself,
out.
I
I
found a
can't
Lord.
Not Steve.
Yeah. Before I humbled myself and found Jesus, I was a little bit out there.
Lord.
Hey man, Lord, please forgive me. Hey, pray for my brother, man. It's on the Smoke 2 podcast,
Hey,
man.
I already know where I'm going, so there's no need to fucking deny it anymore.
I'm gonna be down there trying to pull you out.
No, don't go there.
I need him. We need a bartender. We need a bartender in heaven, man. I need my brother.
Don't worry about it. We got Eddie. The barkeep.
So you're so sure he going?
Oh shit! Damn. Eddie, what you doing down there?
Eddie been alive for 400 years. How many
I heard a
sins you think
comedian
he
say
committed?
the other day, you going so far down to hell, you gonna be looking up at hell.
Damn.
He'll put you under hell.
Damn.
Well, if you was born before Satan, goddamn, you had a long time to get shit wrong.
I told y'all he was a traitor.
Hey, I knew Satan when he was an archangel, man.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
He used to sing his ass off, huh?
Eddie down there, Satan ain't got shit on me. I'm Satan. This motherfucker.
Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have asked this question.
You open up the book to every damn thing, bro.
Smoking. What's one of your
don't
memorable
have-
moments?
I don't have none of them crazy drunk stories, man. I got into plenty of club fights, but I wasn't drunk. I didn't used to drink a lot back when. I think I drink more now
Yeah.
than I did then because
The
I
question
always
wasn't just liquor; it was also drugs.
Yeah,
How-
it
how-
was
how-
high. And marijuana, you know.
I mean, I done
or
got
whatever else you smoked or sniffed or whatever. Shot up.
If you got
Man.
slipped something, that's your problem.
I remember one night I was at. I'm gonna tell y'all some messed up shit. One day, I had a headache so damn bad, and I needed something to fucking get that headache gone. And this girl gave me some shit called Pamphrin.
Okay.
If y'all know what Pamphrin is, it's for pregnancy pains.
She gave you that?
And she gave me some shit called Pamphrin. So I took this shit. And next thing I know, 3 days later, I woke up. Bruh,
Look at that.
Were you on your cycle?
Did it slow it up?
I felt like it.
He started bleeding out of his butt.
The girl had to call
First
my.
trans person.
The girl had to call my.
Next subject.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Segway.
That fact, motherfucker. The girl had to call my job and tell my boss, "Hey, he gonna miss the day. He gonna miss tomorrow. He's really sick. He can't get out of bed."
That's because you was asleep.
I slept for 2 days, bro. No problem, bro.
Hey, man.
Messed up, bro. That's the only time I think I've been so fucked up. I can't.
She didn't rob you?
No,
Hey, she
there was
take
good girls though.
credit
There was
card.
good girls.
Yeah.
They were friends of mine and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Those are your friends.
What kind of
Yeah, I
friend?
guess.
What kind of
They
friend?
didn't rob me though, so I was good.
Friends.
Man, he had all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And if you robbed me back then, all you would get was pocket lint anyway.
He sleep there. He going through his pocket. They pull out a wad of lint.
That's why he's still talking. Sometimes his nipples are kind of sore. Yeah, my nipples are sore.
Wait a minute, Eddie. What they do to the nipple? Oh, yeah. Trav, don't think you're going to escape this question. I'm not even going to escape this question. Trav, what's going on, man?
I invoke my constitutional right by pleading the fifth.
He just played the fifth. Steve, he played the fifth on a podcast.
The whole object of the podcast is to talk.
Shit.
I will say my record had a big hit. Shout out Bobby Calhoun. You know what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah. I plead the fifth.
God damn.
Yo,
He gave us an interlude. To the fifth, he was gonna
he
plead.
shouted out to the person that caused this shit and then still play at the fifth.
You know,
Good God Almighty, that must have been a hell of a night.
that's a body
man.
that will stay in the grave.
Well, I can say one of them I remember, man. I've had a couple of them, but one of them I remember is when I was DJing in the strip club. Shout out to the old Diamonds of Atlanta, man. But it was my birthday. They had a big old birthday party for me, man. I had a bunch of people in the VIP, and I got fucked up, like real fucked up. I just remember Hennessy bottles everywhere. And it was actually the first time I ever tasted Hennessy Black was that night. Because they was promoting in the club, but they got me so messed up, man. It seemed like every time I turned away from the turntables, because I actually started out that night DJing, that somebody else was putting another drink in my face. Man, all I remember at the end of the night, I'm laying in the VIP with a trash can in my face, and I'm throwing up in it the whole night. And next thing I know, my partner that was DJing with me, shout out to Dante, we're gonna get him on the pod too, because he big in cigars right now. But Dante came and gave me a wad of money, he stuffed it in my pocket. And the next thing I know, I woke up and strippers just had asses in my face taking pictures. And I'm heaving though. I'm like, and they just taking pictures and dying laughing, man.
Better ass than dick in your face. They went way left.
They took care of me. They knew I had to work with me the next night, man.
Chris, this for you, man. That's for you, bro.
It was a hell of a night. I'm sure them pictures is floating around somewhere out there, man.
Right.
But it was a good night, man. That was up Atlanta, man. I miss y'all.
So when is your next birthday?
I'm not going back to the club for a birthday ever. My birthday is March 28th, and I'm gonna be down the street at Steve House or over Smokehouse, man. Southern Smoke 2 podcast, man. We moving along. This next subject, man. Hey. Basically, I'm listening to the Breakfast Club this week, and they start speaking on a story about a man that is upset because his ex-wife, started transitioning his son from a boy to a girl at around 2 to 3 years old, man.
Wow.
And this guy, Jeff Younger out of Texas, out of Dallas, Texas. Basically, he's pissed off because he feel like his ex-wife was trying to change his son to a girl at an age that the child couldn't even make up his own mind, man.
So he's Dwayne Wade and his son at 3?
Oh shit.
Damn. God damn it.
That's how we going. That's where we going. This is what we doing.
This is what they doing. I ain't doing that.
So seriously, man. Hey, man. Jeff got a point. He said at one point during the child's growth that I guess they was making him see psychiatrists or whatever, and that the psychiatrist was talking about prescribing the child castration drugs to begin the transformation at 9 years old. And they've been doing this a long time, man.
Whoa. What is a castration drug?
Castration, I guess
That's when they go cut it off soon.
Or do it absorb it and then come back out with the cooch?
They trying to make the turtle head go back in the shell.
Oh,
What? They got drugs?
where did we just go?
Yes, this went a complete left turn, but I want to know how y'all feel about this age of basically people letting kids switch their gender just because they feel like it.
You show us the kids?
Well, they blaming it on the kid. They saying the kid like dresses and Barbie dolls and all kind of things, and they said, well, if he like that stuff, we might as well go and push him along to the other side.
Sound like
Whoa, give him a dress. You don't change the plumbing.
Well, if you give him a dress, you get him ready to change the plumbing.
A lot of kids sit there and play dress up and do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's just part of kid shit. That don't necessarily, even if they say it, you don't have the mental capacity at that age to be making those kinds of decisions. I mean, it's just like, legally, you can't motherfucking drink till you 21. Legally, you can't smoke till you fucking 18. Legally, you ain't charged for an adult until you a certain fucking age because you don't have the mental capacity. Why is that shit any fucking different? And that is beyond stupid.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah. I need all y'all to come in.
I feel like these are adults putting their sexual preference on children.
Yep.
And this is where this is a sad part of the world. You can't put your sexual preference on a child. Now the child might gravitate to girl things, and they might like girl things more than they like boy things if they're a boy at the time.
And it may eventually happen.
And it may happen, but let them be an adult in their own life to make that decision.
Yes.
Well,
The moment we start swaying kids, getting on TV, talking about if you have these feelings and all that, now you are mentally brainwashing children to thinking that, because I feel this way, I am this way. That is not it. What is it is that there are kids, like Steve say, some kids do dress up. Some kids want to play with a Barbie. Just because he's a male, he might want to play with a Barbie doll. And it don't mean that he's not a male. Mm-hmm. It's just that what he prefer to play with. Not as a man, when other people are looking at our kid, we gonna feel funny if we see another man see our kid playing with a Barbie doll, because that man might make a comment. So really now the adult is worrying about themselves and how they're being perceived, not how the kid is being perceived. The kid still got to grow up with his own image in life. So my thing is, you raise him as a man and you show him how to live as a man and let him make those decisions once he get old enough to make a decision and say, Daddy, I want to go this way.
That's like asking a kid at 9 years old, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a cop. Okay. A few years later, you don't want to be a cop no more. But hey, I didn't make you a cop at no damn 9 years old. You got time to change your mind. If you're at 9 years old, I want to be a woman or a girl, whatever it is. Okay. When that time comes, you make your own choice. You can't make that choice right. We're not going to help you make that choice by transitioning your body into that. If that's how you develop and that's how you your mind goes as you grow, that's one thing. But you can't say, I'm going to help you at the age of 9 physically transition over to something, because we're like, oh, you know what? I changed my mind. God damn, you can't uncastrate your damn self.
Well, that's Jeff's fight. Now, you know, of course, in Texas, the right wing jumped onto this because, you know, they against everything trans or gay or whatever, and they jumped onto this. So now there's a whole campaign that Jeff is going through, and he's actually running for the House of Representatives in Texas, and part of his campaign bid is they're trying to change my child. They're trying to sex change my child to, you know, a girl, you know, at a young age.
So is he doing? But is he doing that for votes?
Well, that is the question. That is the question, because I don't see why our father would even bring this out public like
votes.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but here we go again. You using the back of a child to present something to help you win something. I don't think that should have came up. That should have been took its place in your household.
Yeah, I don't think this stuff should.
Y'all got an agreement
like
in
that.
y'all household.
Yeah,
and y'all raise that child to get to a point of understanding and making decisions on their own.
Right.
That should come out in your campaign.
Yeah, it shouldn't. What you think about that, Eddie, man? You quiet over there. You got a son? What you thinking, brother?
What, 3 years old, you know, you really don't know the difference. You know, if you put on, you see your little sisters walking around with a little dress, a little Barbie dress, you want to put on a Barbie dress, you don't know you're doing wrong by doing that. At 3 years old, you can't even comprehend what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's the world we live in right now.
Well, the only sibling that I read that the child has, I don't know if he got any other sibling, but he got a twin. Yeah. He got a twin, and basically, I guess they going through a custody battle. And Jeff's argument is that when he at my house, he says he wants to be a boy, but when he go back to his mama house, all of a sudden she's saying he want to be a girl.
But that might be her trying
it's
to
a big
piss him
case
off,
right now.
You know, trying to piss him off. I don't want you to be like your daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a pretty big case in Texas right now. What you thinking, Trav?
I don't agree with none of it, man. Like, if we going,
it sound like don't nobody agree with none of it.
The thing is, if you want to do all that, you could do that. But now you messing with the kids, and where does this end? Like, when is the end game for all of this?
Right.
Like, we with kids using the same bathrooms at young age, we got all kinds of sex changes. Now it was one thing for, like, I mentioned Dwayne Wade allowing his son to, I guess, choose a sexual preference at a young age. Yeah. But now you're literally changing their sex at a young age.
He had a dresses on. He be rocking dresses.
A 3-year-old can't make those decisions, man. Yeah. That's why we're parents. Parents help raise the kids to actually make better decisions. What kind of decision these kids making at 3?
And if they're making, and 3, I mean, that's just out of control. But if kids start leaning towards that direction on how they feel, how they act, that's okay. That's how you act and that's how you feel. But physically altering your body at that young age. Now, we just made abortions illegal. But we're going to allow kids to make decisions to basically change their sex.
Right. It's wild.
What is wrong with us?
Oh, but bigger than that. Let's look at the whole picture. You're trying to say that women don't have the right to choose what they want to do with their bodies, but now you're saying it's all right for kids to change their sex at the age of 3. Like, where are the morals at?
Well, you know,
ain't none.
jumping on the
That is a double
conspiracy.
negative.
The morals are about control.
Yeah.
The morals
That's
is about
what I was about to say.
It's
man.
about agenda pushing.
Jumping on the conspiracy
Yeah,
theorist
we
thing.
wanna-
They believe it's population control.
It's just agenda. I want to push the agenda, and that's the sad part. That okay, you want to control the moment, and you're using a child to control the moment, and that's the sorry part about it. If we're gonna be adults, we could fuck each other up as adults.
Right.
Leave the goddamn children alone.
Yeah,
Let the children
kids alone,
get
man.
to a point of being adult to have their own mindset. You supposed to be, as a parent, showing them the way.
Right.
Doing the best you can, but not as a parent trying to say,
you can't dictate what their sexuality is gonna be, but
you can't. Not as a
gotta train
as
them
a
up
parent. Also, you're
as
gonna
best you
tell
can.
you're gonna teach your sons, hey man, what them girls look like, or you gonna talk to your son about what your girlfriend look like. Now you do talk to them about what girl they like and stuff like that as a son. Then you had to talk to your daughter, hey, what them boys doing out there. You talk about it, but at the same time you can't make them be something until they get older and they understand for themselves.
Or they can make their own choices.
They make their own choices.
You go out to the store and your kids start shoplifting while you're there. You gonna let them do it? Well, that's what my child wants to do is shoplift. No, you ain't gonna do that shit. Most people gonna knock the shit out their kids for even thinking that. You want to be a criminal? You wait till you grow the fuck up and move out my house.
Right.
You want to change your sex? You go on a nicer level. You gonna wait till you grown and you can make a grown up decision to do that. I'm not going to support that at this point. If that's what you are when you turn 18 and it becomes your life, you can do that. That's up to you. But not in my house. I'm not gonna let you be a criminal in my house. So why the hell I'm gonna let you change your sex in my house?
What'd you say?
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. but they were all. My parents never supported me being a criminal. Right. And they said that's so. My pops was like, I'm not going to get that motherfucker from jail. He's gonna stay there. I used to hear my pops on the phone when I used to call my mom. Hey mom, I'm locked up. I hear my pops say, I'm not getting that motherfucker. My mom be like, where you at? I was like, oh, here, okay, I'm coming to get you.
Man,
Pop
hey,
like,
man.
you just rotting in motherfucking hell.
Shout out to mom, man. I'm glad you made it, brother. She saw something else in you.
Yeah, she did. My mama was with me one time when I got arrested. She came and picked me up when I had did some shit. My car broke down. I had her pick me up, and the police was parked in my driveway when we got home and arrested me right in front of my mama.
Right.
I was like, hey, ma.
So mom wasn't standing beside him when he stole whatever he stole. He broke into what he broke in, whatever he did.
This one happened.
She didn't say, go get it, baby. She didn't say all that.
Yeah, this happened to be a riot. This specific incident was a riot.
I got a question. We just want to rewind back a little bit. So we got all over John Morant for being in the club with his money, with his gun, allowed that. The owner didn't have a problem with it, and that was his choice. And we taking all his money and all his endorsements, but now a child want to change their sex, and we all go for it. Where are we going? Where does it end?
Yeah, you mad at John
Like,
Morant, but you
you're
want
literally
you want the
ridiculing
kid
this
to
man
jump ship.
that didn't go to jail, wasn't arrested. There's nothing illegal. It's just the way it looks. But we talking about
The way it looks to who though?
But that's what I'm saying. Who are we talking about? Yeah. We talking about a 3-year-old changing their sex versus a man in a strip club on his time, all from work with his money.
Not threaten nobody with nothing. Showed his gun. Maybe a little inappropriate because you're probably in a place that doesn't allow you to have guns. But once again, you're talking about a celebrity who typically has a security team with them, this, that, other. Maybe you carry your own. You weren't illegally. He didn't get arrested.
There is nothing legally wrong with what he did. They're trying to say that it's moral. Well, what are the morals with this?
Yeah,
like what are we doing?
And the morals is because there are people jaw-jacking in the media. Even you look at us. We're sitting here obviously on a much smaller scale, but you got these people over here. They're talking about it. So now it becomes. I guarantee if nobody talked about his Instagram post, wouldn't shit have happened.
No, he'd have been
Nobody
right on the
cared.
court
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
with everybody else.
Damn right they would.
Now the man is in rehab for drinking.
Yeah, oh,
Half the
shit.
world should be in the world.
Oh yeah, he
Should
giving
be in
apology.
rehab for
You know
drinking.
that's the check off list. So,
Yeah.
So if it look like he did something, so the NBA won't look so bad for accepting.
But now
him back.
We
still
gotta say
talking
mental
about
health.
Now we still talking
Yeah.
about the perception. Well, how does the perception of this look? You allowing your
Look like
3-year-old,
shit.
3-year-old, she barely know how to wipe their ass, but they making decisions on what they want to be. Come on, man.
Yeah, now you don't even know what Pampers to buy.
Yeah, literally.
Why we gotta do it?
Why do we have to do
The daddy going to the store trying to get the boy pampers. The mama
You
going
got
to
boy
get the
Pampers at
pampers.
his house, girl Pampers at her house. Hell, she might have just got a deal on girl Pampers and said, "My baby want to be a girl."
Oh, now we got unisex
Yeah,
pampers.
there we go.
We
Now
gotta get
pampers.
unisex pampers
Yeah.
now, man.
The pants go from the front to the back.
What is wrong?
Who snorted?
Somebody snorted on the mic. Oh my god.
Oh my God, man!
Hey,
Yo, man.
so the Smoke
Oh,
Two
my goodness.
podcast, man. We've been having us a good time. I do want to revisit one thing we started off with. Some of the people say they want us to, kind of give a review on our cigars as we smoking them in the podcast. And sometime I ask y'all about it, but I want to go back to doing that. How y'all feel about y'all stick right now, man? I know Eddie is over there finished the fastest smoker in the room.
He smokes cigars like they cigarettes.
Do you get any enjoyment out of cigars smoking
I
it
do.
that fast?
That's why I smoke it fast, because I get the enjoyment. I get that nicotine rush versus doing it real slow and laying it down and relighting it. I don't like that.
Is it your?
Hey, man.
His ex-cigarette
Fuente
smoking.
say don't
That's what
rush
I
the
was getting
hands
ready
of
to ask.
time,
Is
brother.
that your habit for all the years that
Yeah,
you smoke
and that
cigarettes?
probably
So
was.
that's how you're.
I smoked Newports for 35 years, and it was a quick thing, so I do the cigars the same way. And I get that nicotine rush, and I enjoy it. And I enjoy the cigar. I really do.
Yeah. But you just gotta smoke it fast.
Yeah, I got to smoke it fast.
Well, those of us that still got a cigar, how are you
Only
feeling?
halfway through my shit.
Yeah, me too.
How you feeling about your shit, man?
Man, I feel like my shit is just smooth. It's calming.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the Hemingway is just something really light, not really a harsh taste. You know, I'm big on the sweetness of things, so but it's a good balance
Yeah.
for me for not being sweet. You know what I'm saying? Not being a sweet cigar, it's a good balance for me, and I really like it, man. And it's, like I say, it's calming, man. I really love the cigar.
Palate breaker, man.
Yes,
Steve-O,
sir.
what you thinking, bro? How you liking the Hemingway?
But this is the Don Carlos.
Don Carlos.
the
Well,
Robusto.
all of his Don Carlos
Yeah,
quiet
yeah.
as kept, but you know.
There you go. But super smooth, no real aftertaste in your mouth like some cigars you get. They always leave that aftertaste that like it don't matter if you brush your teeth, use mouthwash, whatever you like. That shit. And then when you think it's gone, and for those of us that have to wear a mask at our job, you realize the next day what the fuck is going on? It won't go away. It just hovers in the
Be
mask.
like, is that me?
So this is what I smell like the people.
And it makes you wonder: do people smell that out of me when you have that in the mask? But this is a super smooth. And when I traveled to Maryland, I didn't bring any cigars with me. I wouldn't have had really the opportunity to smoke unless I went out in the cold, and I didn't have really no place to sit and really enjoy that. I don't like just going to sit on a damn bench outside. I don't fiend for no cigar. If I'm smoking a cigar, it's because of the moment. I can sit there and enjoy it, sip on something. So that typically doesn't happen when I travel. But then I got back yesterday, and then last night I sent out the bat signal. People came over. I smoked 3 cigars. I drank, man. It's just like we talked before. It puts you in a state of mind, man. It's just like, God, it's like
relaxing.
The whole world just disappears, man, when you smoke one of those cigars. But this Don Carlos, just like most of the Fuentes, you just can't go wrong with it, man. They take they put a lot into their cigarette rolling. There's we've talked about that before about what
Cigar
goes
roll.
into the rolling and the recipes that come out with that. So it's always going to be a favorite of mine, the Fuentes, and there's plenty of others out there for you. And once again, it all comes down to one person's individual taste. There's no right or wrong when it comes to cigar. You have a $2 cigar, which we all smoke. These apprentice rolled 185s, and you're like, wow, that's a hell of a cigar. It's still on the Fuente line, but That thing, you can sit there and smoke a $2 cigar. You can smoke a $60 cigar. It's all about what that thing does for you. That's all that matters.
So for that $2 cigar, it leaves that harsh taste in your mouth after you smoke it.
Yeah, you know what? But the 185,
Well, 185
don't do that
That ain't. I mean, it's cheap on the price because of what it is.
Because it's an
but it's
apprentice roll.
still
Yeah.
a Toro Fuente
Yeah,
tobacco.
Yeah, you're right.
exactly.
Right.
It's just
You
because they
gotta
have
respect the
apprentice.
name.
Yeah.
It is not a factory.
It damn sure ain't.
We gonna get the factory in a minute.
Ain't nothing wrong with the factory sweets. Now, they're the factory sun-grown.
Wait a minute. I think Trav would have something to say about that. Trav, what happened the last time you smoked the factory sweet, brother?
Once again, I plead the fifth.
No.
I couldn't plead the fifth on that damn LFD. Why the hell you gonna plead the fifth on the factory smoke?
What happened?
The LFD was a bad luck cigar. It wasn't like a total.
Twice?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you
It
lost
put
about
me in
10
a
domino
10-game
games.
losing streak because of that
That speaks to
cigar.
the luck of the cigar.
So that was just what your game. That
Well,
You don't want to.
coincidentally,
And I will say
as soon as I
that
stop smoking
that
it,
a LFD still is a better tasting cigar than factory.
fuck no, not that no factory sweet. Now, if you say a factory sun-grown, that's because every
I
third
don't
cigar
know.
got a tree branch in the motherfucker.
I don't know what I had, but that thing
Connecticut
was
is
them
terrible.
terrible.
sun-growns need to do something. They need to do something to
Hey,
them sun-growns.
But for anybody who likes an infused cigar, a factory sweet is a good $2-3 cigar for a infused cigar.
I don't think I had
I
that
don't
one.
like that.
Eddie, you got
We don't agree.
Anyway, what you think?
They were good.
That's all.
Hey man, that's his cheerleader, man. He growing a beard because he growing a beard.
No, I used to smoke them sweets. I enjoyed them. I really did.
You see, his beard is growing because his beard is growing.
You gonna do it like that, smoke?
They got the same beard.
why he messing with Beard Nation?
He messing with Beard. Hey, Beard Nation strong now.
Smoke got two hairs.
Beard Nation stronger than them trend now. They strong now.
Smoke got two pubic hairs growing out of
Hey
his
man,
chin.
hey, don't worry about me. God bless me with a baby face.
He got no hair on his nuts, but he got two pubic hairs out of his chin.
Hey, stay off my nuts.
Pause.
Pause.
Hey man, I was talking about cigars. And he motherfucker with the nuts. Cigars to nuts. Hey man, a hell of a transition. I can say my cigar is smoking wonderfully, man. This Don Carlos Anniversary is one of the best. Y'all know it's in my top 5. It's treating me well, man. I'm still smoking it, and I'm smoking it slow. Eddie, smoking
Enjoy it, brother.
Hey man, Fuente say don't rush the hands of time, man.
That's right.
Something to Smoke 2 podcast. We gonna end off on this note, man.
I got an alibi.
Oh yes, he calling the audible. Today.
Audible. I guess we ain't ending shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve?
What you talking about?
I got a story to tell. So I'm not gonna get into the details about the why. But me and my brother Smoke was on a trip together recently. And we had spoke on the phone. He's like, hey man, y'all wanna go hang out, get something to drink later? I was like, all right, cool. Where we gonna go? I'll call you and let you know. So a few hours later, I get the call. Man, meet me at
We
this.
go to Kansas.
Yeah, see, I'm not even getting into all the damn details. So, no shade to Kansas. Just this specific street. Shade, all kinds of shade there. But he says, hey man, we're gonna go to. I said, what's the name of the club? Remember what it was? Was it 111-333-222?
I can't remember what it was.
All right. So the name of the club was the address.
Yeah.
Right.
So they just
I
called
think
it.
you said 122 or some shit.
Let's say that's what it's called. Let's say it's called 122. They didn't have a sign on the building. It was a street address on the goddamn building.
Building.
So check it out. So we in downtown. Okay, he done said it now. Wichita. So we go there, and all of a sudden, me and my wife cross these train tracks.
Yeah.
No stereotyping, no shade. No let me just say that.
Steve a little bougie like y'all.
There's no doubt about it. I'm gonna tell a story. I'm not ashamed of my pinky in the air no more.
Yeah.
So we cross these tracks. All of a sudden, I see police cars on every corner just passing by. I'm like, there must be a police station over here.
Yeah.
Then we get a little further down the road. I realize, no, they might be here for a different reason. So we pull into this parking lot. I see the address on the building, 123 or whatever the shit say. Call Smoke up. I say, hey man, y'all here? Nah, we ain't left yet. I was like, you been here before? He's like, no. I was like, okay. He's like, something wrong with it? I was like, I don't know. Looks like a hole in the wall. There's a dude outside singing in the front.
Yeah.
There's a drive-through liquor store on the other side of the parking lot.
On the gas station.
No gas station. No gas station.
Just a drive-through.
Just a drive-through, but motherfuckers was in line, not in cars.
They was on their feet.
They was on feet. I'm sitting here watching because Smoke, it take them 20 minutes to
Wait
get
a minute,
there.
they walked up to the window?
They did. They walked up to the window. Walked through. And they go back across the street into their apartment complex with their liquor. I'm like, I don't know about this shit, Smoke. And he comes over, and they pull over there, and his wife with him, and his wife Pinky be in the air too. So she.
Let me talk about my damn old lady.
But I know your wife got different standards too.
Yeah, got a little boozy on her too now.
Don't talk about my old lady, goddamn.
And so this was a referral from their family. Yeah, my cousin.
My wife's sister.
Wife's sister owned the place?
Look.
Wife's sister cousin?
Wife's sister cousin owned the place.
Owned the place.
Stepsister.
Hey,
yeah.
but however, so you just go over there. It was a hole in the wall. I'm sitting out, like I said, it ain't got no sign outside. It's just it looked like one of them old VA buildings. Not VA building, but the VFW type club situation.
Cement floors.
I never made it in.
Yeah, we never made it in.
No, man.
We never went in.
Never went in. So we pulled up, and when we got there, they was like, yeah, let's go somewhere else. So I look at something, okay, there's something one block over on the other side of the train tracks. So we go over there, we pull in the parking lot, we open up the door, and as soon as we open the door, everybody turned around and looked at us. We were like, this ain't the spot either. So we went.
Why y'all do that, man?
Oh, man.
The dynamics were in our favor.
Yeah, the dynamics definitely were not. It was like, what in the absolute fuck are y'all doing here? We was like, we don't know. We're sorry. We were turned the fuck around. And I'm like, hey, fuck it. Let's just go back to the other one. And Smoke wife like, no, hold on. No, we're going to find somewhere else to go. And so she didn't want to go back to that shit either. So they ended up finding another club. But boy, we was in not a fucked up situation, but and my wife wanted to make fun of me, talking about how bougie I done got, talking about I ain't going to these. I said, I did that shit when I was young. Yeah. I remember going to places with my wife where motherfuckers looked at me sideways. And I remember being called a gray boy. And I was in the bathroom, motherfuckers like, hey man, who the fuck is this gray boy? And I'm looking around like, yeah, who is this motherfucker?
What is that?
Hey, that in South Carolina, that is a racist term for a white guy in a black club.
You're great.
I walked up in the club. I started getting bumped left and right on the dance floor, and everybody was slow dancing. I was like, this is a little rough.
He's throwing elbows on the slow dance.
The song was bumping grind, but people was throwing bows. So I was like, what the fuck, man?
Hey, Steve, let me ask you a question. You feel safer at that club y'all went to or at the Bottoms in Dominican Republic?
The Dominican, no matter what Bottoms we were at, those were some friendly ass people.
Yeah, you damn right.
Shout out to DR, man.
Shout out to DR, bro.
It might have looked like the Bottoms and it might have been the Bottoms, but the DR still has friendly people. And I don't know what would have happened if we would have. I honestly don't. But there was a dude out there. He was drunk, arguing with himself. He wasn't on the phone. He was just like he was gonna whoop his own ass, and I was just like, he's right at the door. I don't want to walk by that shit. I just don't. And I really don't. So we ended up finally somewhere else for the night.
Where we went?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
The end.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Period.
Did y'all have a good night at Twin Peaks?
Smoke Daddy did.
Let me talk about my daddy.
Tell me what your daddy said.
Damn, son, I'm gonna walk in the back. You sure the old ladies want to go here? Hey, they picked it.
Hey, man. Shout out to Pops, man. He had a good time. I know he had a good time. It's on the Smoke 2 podcast, man. I appreciate you, Eddie, man, coming in, filling in.
Appreciate it.
Charles missed a good one.
Yes, sir.
Our brother had to go to, he had to go to kids parties and shit, He had to go celebrate with the 9-year-olds. Yeah. But
they use him as a prop.
Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing because he'll be watching this.
Right. Hey, man, he be all right, man. I give him a cigar or something.
I want you to flash his picture when we say Charles.
You know I got him, right?
Oh, shit.
Something to Smoke To podcast, man. We are signing off, man. Had a good night, man.
Yes, sir.
We be back at it in a couple of weeks. Let's go.
Something to Smoke To podcast.